if you want to introduce some new business into your pipeline this year, it's probably a good idea. And check it out, working with financial planners really can change your business for you. The thing is, you kind of have to go into those guys with an educated sort of niche, man. And that's where Liberty Home Equity Solutions can help you with their reverse mortgage presentation that you can offer to financial planners. And if you get on their webinar on June 21st by clicking this banner over on your right, they're going to show you their presentation for financial planners and actually show you how you can get it and how you can go out and do these trainings so that you can get more business out of financial planners. So be sure to click this banner you see right here over on your right and get into that webinar.
All right, Frank, what do you say we play a game of Is It Compliant?
I love it!
All right, here it goes. This was sent to me by one of you, okay? Now, the guy in question here, his name is Nick the Loan Closer.
Okay.
In case you were wondering, hey, Nick.
The dentist?
Nick.
Pharmacist?
Nick.
The farmer?
No, Frank, it is Nick the Loan Closer.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I like it.
So, I do too. Here it is. Is it compliant? Ready? Go. 10 minutes of your time, and if you choose not to use this guy, he's going to give you $500. What do you think, Frank? Compliant or not compliant? No, stop. Okay, so he's not paying you to use him.
Right.
He's only paying you if you don't use him.
I think he might be okay.
All right, now, is this confident or arrogant? Is it desperate or is it bold?
I would say it's creative.
It is creative. And I'm actually, I thought about this because when I first saw it, I thought, okay, there's no way this is compliant. This is, some arrogant jackass who did this thing. And I don't know, Nick. The more I looked at it, I'm like, I think this thing might be compliant.
This thing might fly.
And I got to tell you, I think I'm going to go with it's bold. Why? Well, because he thought of it and you didn't.
Now for the obvious.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, for all real estate agents down in Southern California, go talk to Nick the Loan Closer for 10 minutes, take his $500 and put him out of business. Obviously, I don't know. Creative though, I gotta tell you, creative.
This is kind of trippy, Frank. In 2005, the average age of a house was 31 years old. This is nationally. The average age of a house
that's
was
interesting.
31.
Yeah.
Now it's up to 37, almost 38, and in a couple of years, it's going to be 38, pushing on 39.
Right.
39 years old. Yikes.
Yikes. Yeah.
So, what does it mean?
Okay, of a 38-year-old home,
Okay.
if it's a composition roof, it's got to be changed out.
Right.
Okay. I mean, you would think about that, with respect to like appliances, HVAC,
Maybe
right?
breakdown.
Right. And even if they work, they're not energy efficient.
Right.
And of course, deferred maintenance that hopefully was getting done. So we can assume aging homes are going to require more work.
That makes sense.
In general.
Right.
Right. So in general, that's to be expected. And because this has happened over the past 13 years, you're not going to wake up and see the difference. However, here's the bad part.
Well, when you say you're not going to see the difference, like a real estate agent and having to negotiate for more stuff, they've been doing that already.
Right.
So they're not going to see the difference.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, here's the bigger problem, guys. The largest pool of these homes by far, by far, a whopping 38% of all homes nationally were built before in 1969, Age of Aquarius stuff, right?
Right.
Now, what we're finding is homes that are simply no longer available. Homes like companies and businesses and Twinkies, but not spam, all have a shelf life.
Everything's got a shelf life.
But spam.
But not spam. And thank goodness, because I'm a big fan
wonderful.
of the spam. Okay. So those older homes, of which we built tons of, right? Think baby boomers, have not been replaced at the same clip as our reproduction.
You get it?
38% of homes built prior to 69 and only 3% since 2005. That is interesting.
Trippy, isn't it?
That is interesting. Now, so I'm hoping you guys are getting this. So only 3% of our homes, cumulative,
Right.
have been built since 2005.
13 years, over a decade.
Wow.
Now, well, it stands to reason. Let's think about this for a second. 2005, a couple years later, 2008, and the housing crash
Right.
hit, and nobody were building homes at all.
Right.
Now, in much of our skilled construction work, well, they went to different fields, or they went back to Mexico and south
Right.
of the border.
Right.
And now that we have this huge demand for homes, there's nobody going back into the trades.
Right.
Hence the reason only 3% of all of our homes right now in the country have been built in the past 13 years. And some of those, here's the hard part, some of those houses, that 38% of homes that were built prior to 1969, have now fallen by the wayside and are further taxing our lack of inventory.
Okay, so we've really created the perfect storm to hurt the housing industry right now. And as we've said before, there's no real relief anywhere in sight.
No, there's not. And the housing market of the future is going to be survival of the fittest. Now, we have said this before, and we're going to keep saying it. The next few years, they're going to weed out the weak. Those who refuse to put in the work to create their own reality. So, Frank, I went to Home Depot this weekend.
Yeah.
And there was a realtor there.
Yeah.
And she was selling the HVACs. You know how you walk into Home Depot, hey, do you need a new HVAC? You have that person.
Right.
And I've seen her there a whole bunch of times. She's been in real estate for probably 30 years.
Okay.
And she finds herself at Home Depot
Right.
begging people to buy
HVAC.
an HVAC.
Yeah.
Now, what would be a harder gig? A harder gig selling real estate, or a harder gig sitting in Home Depot for 8 hours a day asking some lady who wants to buy potted plants to get a new HVAC?
Yeah, things change for everybody. People have to change what they do sometimes. It sounds to me like this gal, maybe she just couldn't make it anymore in the industry and she had to fall to the default, which ironically happens to be Home Depot quite a lot for real estate agents. You know what I mean? But the point being is I agree with you, if we don't buckle down and do something now, something's going to change.
Right.
And it's either going to be your income and your career, you know what I mean?
Right.
Or something else.
Right.
So, yeah, I feel what you're saying for sure.
Now, what I want everyone to do is watch last week's show. You can just scroll on our site here and watch a show on having a plan, okay?
Yeah.
Because I think for that real estate agent, I think she would rather be a real estate agent where she clearly is going to make more money. But I think sometimes we don't understand that we have to have a defined plan. So go check out that show.
Yeah, I think it was called How to Really Make a Difference. Is what
Okay.
it was called. Yeah, so that was last week. And so before we sign off here today, we've had this playing in the background. What's really exciting is that our KeyBoom product, which is the only fully interactive property search in the world on streaming TVs and streaming devices such as Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, and Apple TV. We have now introduced broker channels, and Coldwell Banker Capital Gateway in our neck of the woods is the first channel we're going to release this week. And what's really neat is if you have a real estate brokerage that has storefront window or a big lobby area where people often gather, it basically streams a screensaver, which is really neat, completely branded to the broker, goes through all the properties. And imagine this in your storefront window, right? And after that screen goes by, the new screen pops up saying, hey, if you want information on this house, just text it here, and it'll go straight to your smartphone, where, of course, the brokerage is going to capture that.
And a lead. You're going to
capture that lead, right? We're doing this at an extremely reasonable price. We're taking orders now. So if you want to get in line, that would be great. Just click the KeyBoom banner you see down below or over on your right, and you can fill out a form and kind of get in line. What's really neat too, Brian, is I've found a way too where they can even offset the very minimal cost of this. You can even offset it with advertising that goes on here from your local vendors, etc.
Right.
And some other ways. So it's really exciting, and I'm having no trouble at all
Yeah.
finding brokers to say, yes, I want it. So
Which, by the way, another thing, if it takes us a couple of days to get to you, it's just because there's massive demand for this.
Right, yeah, but so if you're interested, it's pretty slick for those of you that got storefront property or storefront shops.
Real estate offices.
Yeah, real estate offices. Yeah, it's really neat. So with that, you guys have a great day. Let us know your thoughts down below. Forward, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you later here at the National Estate
Or
Post.
here's what you do: you take your broker branded TV, which only costs a couple $100,
Yeah.
and go put it in a heavily trafficked area
Yep.
in your community.
Why not?
Think like a nail salon,
Right.
a barber shop,
Yep.
a dentist.
Yep.
Put it there and have your marketing working for you in other people's offices.
Super cool.
Yikes.
Very, very cool.
Yep.
So with that, you guys have a good one. We'll catch you later here. Bye.
Late.